why TBC? What's the deal? So I'm gonna read this article here on Boxing Scene, and I'm gonna go ahead and just give my prediction on this fight. Pretty easy fight to predict, in my opinion. The heading of this article is Luis Ortiz. He says, "I'm going to beat Alexander Ustinov's head in." Okay, let me read a quote. He says, "Ustinov is what's next for me, and we're going to beat his head in." Okay, then he goes on to say, the WBA, did something good. I'm really appreciative that they took notice of me. Since they have that confidence in me, I'm going to represent and do well in the tournament." Okay, so he's supposed to fight Alexander Ustinov either on or before June 19th. Then the winner of that proceeds to fight the winner of the Fury and Klitschko. And then the winner of that side of the bracket will take on either Freza Kendo or Lucas Brown. All right. This fight right here to me is a very easy fight to predict. Ustinov is a very big guy, so he's going to be way bigger than Ortiz. He's usually, was he about 6'7", 6'8", usually about 280, 290. But he's not fat. He's just a big dude. Look like he can be in the WWE almost. He's just a big guy. You know, usually when a guy's that big, if he hits you flush, he will, you know, he could get you out of there, but he stands straight up. He will try to use a jab. He will go on his back foot a little bit, but that's, to me, is when he's getting out jabbed and out fought. When he's on the inside, he'll elect to rest and just hold. He can be out jabbed, even for how big he is. I've seen Kurbapulov out jab him. He can be out quick. He doesn't have the quickest feet, but he can take a punch. You know, and he is a big guy, so if he starts to land, you know, 2-3 shots on you, he probably could put you down. But Luis Ortiz is just a better boxer all the way around. Mentally, better combinations, better hand speed, the smarter fighter. I think his southpaw stance is going to give Pulov some troubles. Pulov just likes to walk you down with his hands kind of low. He kind of fights like Vitaly, but he doesn't have the reflexes or the fighting skills that Vitaly had. But he likes to fight with that, you know, with his hands down a little bit. He will crouch and move. I mean, he isn't just totally straight up, but it's not quick enough. He's going to be right in line for left hands when he tries to bend over to his right side. He's going to be right in line for uppercuts and straight left hands, kind of like how Thompson was. But I do think Ustinov has more snap in his punches at this point than Tony Thompson did. And what Tony Thompson did show against Ortiz is if you can measure him from a distance and then come over with your own power shots, you can do it. Thompson was able to do it a few times to Luis Ortiz. Again, I don't know if Luis Ortiz was just allowing it to happen, being that, you know, he knew Thompson didn't have any snap on his punches, or was this something that's a weakness? Is it something that he just can't get out the way of, and that's being lined up from a distance? I mean, you know, all fighters have their, you know, their limitations. So, but Ustinov doesn't do any of the things that I think needs to be done against my man Ortiz. Ustinov isn't a guy that likes to go to the body. He hasn't shown that really to go to the body against, you know, high level opposition. He chooses to, you know, try to use his length and his size, but he's not quick enough. I think Ortiz is going to see all these damn punches coming, and he's going to be able to counter Ustinov and be able to walk Ustinov in the shots. Ustinov, he is coming off, I think he won his last 6. I know he beat an old David Tua, Travis Walker. I know his last fight was against Konstantin Erich. You know, and he's beat some of the European journeymans like the, you know, Denis Bakhtovs and Ivica Perkovics, and, you know, even guys like Jason Gavin. You know, he's beaten those guys. He showed that he can beat those type of fighters. But you know, when he stepped up to his big fight against Pulev, he got dominated in that fight. I don't think he even won a round. You know what I mean? And Pulev was out jabbing him and pushing him back as if he was the bigger guy. You know, but he was the quicker guy in that fight, and it seemed like he was the more powerful guy in that fight, although weighing, you know, damn near 60 less pounds than Pulev. You know, but I mean, not Pulev, but Ustinov. But I'm curious to see what weight Ustinov comes in at. But, you know, he probably, like I said, come in about 280, 290. But he's just too slow. He doesn't have enough punch output. His punch variation is too predictable. I just see this. Now, he may last. Now, Ortiz did do something that only Vitaly Klitschko or Vladimir Klitschko was able to do in his last fight, and that was stop Tony Thompson. Guys like Carlos Takam and David Price and Aliander Solis, all those guys couldn't get it done. Just him and Klitschko was able to do it. Now this is another fight where I think he's going to win. It's just that can he outdo Kurbakpolov? Polov was able to stop Ustinov in the 11th round. It looked like Ustinov could have still fought on. I think he just got the fight beat out of him, and he was getting jabbed to death. He didn't know how to get around that jab. But my thing is, can Ortiz knock out Ustinov quicker than Kurbakpolov? And I think he will, because I think he's just a harder puncher than Polov. I think he's just a better fighter than Polov. So I'm going to go with Luis Ortiz to win this fight. It's not signed yet, but it's the next fight in the WBA tournament. It's supposed to happen in June. Just giving my prediction now. I think it's an easy fight. Luis Ortiz should win this fight, barring, coming in extremely out of shape and making a fight go to the distance to the scorecards. But I got Ortiz winning this fight. YTBC. I'm out.